Again, 1-800-972-5822.
It's time for the Playmaker Spotlight with Executive Coach and Vistage Chair, Dick Smith.
Well, welcome once again to the Playmaker Spotlight, the part of the Get Down to Business radio show where we speak to CEOs and business owners and share their stories and best practices with you. Playmakers is brought to you in part by Vistage, the world's largest CEO advisory board organization, and I am your host, Dick Smith. I am a award-winning chair for Vistage International and a CEO coach. And I'm thrilled to have with us as our guest tonight a good friend of mine and an attorney, and in all full disclosure, one of the members of one of my high-performing groups, Ed Momkus. He's managing and founding partner of Momkus McCluskey, headquartered in Lisle, Illinois. And from their website, it says when you need a lawyer, it becomes important to understand the skills a law firm brings to your situation and how the background of its attorneys in particular areas of law will benefit you and may result in a favorable outcome for you. Momkus McCluskey combines vast transactional and trial experience with a strong understanding of the needs of their clients to deliver optimal results. Their experienced civil and commercial litigation attorneys tailor solutions to not only resolve the immediate issue, but to minimize future complications. So they're a business law firm. Their experience, a wide variety of practice areas, provides in-depth understanding of the big picture so they can identify any barriers to reaching your objectives. So Ed Momkus, managing and founding partner of Momkus McCluskey. Welcome, Ed, to Playmakers.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Glad to have you. Hey, give us the CNN version of how you came to start Momkus McCluskey.
Well, during the first dozen years when I first became a lawyer, I worked for a number of big companies, couple publicly held companies. And part of that, I was the general counsel of Sunbeam Corporation and Gottlieb Properties. And at that time, I started getting the itch to try and do something on my own. So I took a flying leap, did the solo thing. And a great thing that happened to me was that my prior employers all sent me work.
Nice. You actually started the firm out of your basement.
The old traditional basement entrepreneur. But within a year, I had a couple of paralegals and a lawyer on staff, and then within a year and a half, added 2 partners, and pretty soon I had to get the heck out of the house.
Got a little crowded, huh?
Right.
Now, I don't want to age you, but how many years ago was that you started the firm?
Oh, man. Okay, it was 89 that I actually started in the basement, and it was at the end of 90 that we had to move out because we were busting at the seams.
See, lots of experience. That's good for the potential listeners out there that might want to hire the firm. It's good to have a fellow with a little gray in his hair.
I have a lot of gray in my hair.
Hey, and so what's your role currently with the company? How many employees do you have, offices, geographic areas you serve with the firm?
Well, starting with my role, I really guide the firm's strategy. I do management, although we have a great team that really makes most things run smoothly so that the lawyers can actually focus on lawyering. I guide the transactional practice, which is 7 lawyers in the firm that do nothing but deals all the time. And I also obviously am involved in business development.
So professionals, including lawyers and paralegals and admin, how many total people at the firm?
Well, we have 35 lawyers and we have 47 people total within the firm.
Oh, okay. That's a big firm for a suburban firm. So tell me a little bit about your partner. Just became the 3rd vice president?
Yes, Jim McCluskey, who I've been partners with for 25 years, has become basically the 3rd vice president of the Illinois State Bar. And unless he does something really silly, in 3 years he's going to be the Illinois State Bar president, which is really a great thing for him to be doing.
Quite an honor. Congratulations. Good for you and him. So you guys serve people all over the globe, I assume, and even internationally, huh?
Yeah, interestingly enough, even though most of our clients are located immediately in the Chicago vicinity, that's their corporate headquarters, and many of them have plant facilities and other locations around the country. And we have 4 or 5 clients that are actually internationally based clients, and we handle their U.S. operations.
Gotcha. So what differentiates Momkus McCluskey from other firms, suburban or otherwise downtown? Why would I want to come to you with my business?
Well, I think the single biggest thing that our clients tell us is that we're really focused on being trusted advisors, that instead of just being the hired gun who comes in to fix something and it's easy again when another thing has gone wrong. We really are able to advise you about how to prevent issues going forward, and we really become part of the management team. Now, of course, not every client wants that, but the point is that we have that capability.
Tell us about your culture and what's that had to do with your growth over the years, and how important is culture at a law firm?
Well, it's really important because we work together on a pretty personal basis. And so I know that there are a lot of firms that might have 500 or 1,000 lawyers, but to me, you can't really say you're a partner with that many other people. That's just not realistic. Mm-hmm. It's really more of a mill or a collection of a number of people who are working together. We all know each other pretty well, and we've become friends over the years, and I think that helps facilitate the day-to-day. So that's one aspect. We also, of course, have an aspect of achieving high excellence. But a third thing that really distinguishes us is that we're focused on community service and philanthropy. We have a lot of our lawyers who are very actively involved in organizations that do good around the area.
Gotcha. I want to get back to that, but if you're just tuning in, this is the Get Down to Business Playmaker Spotlight, brought to you by Vistage International, the world's largest CEO and business owner peer advisory board, and we're talking to Ed Momkus, founder and managing partner of Momkus McCluskey. So, Ed, tell me a little bit more about philanthropy and your involvement in the community, in particular Elmhurst College. I know a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, it's a big item for me. I live in Elmhurst, so I was naturally drawn both to Elmhurst Hospital and Elmhurst College as local not-for-profits that I was seeking to help. And I got involved a number of years ago being an instructor at the college and mentoring some students, and also helped found the Elmhurst College mock trial team, this is the 28th year now that's happening.
Good for you.
Eventually,
you're also a trustee with the school. Right?
Oh, yes. I did become a trustee 10 years ago, and I'm currently vice chair of the board.
Oh, okay, and at some point you'll actually be the chairman of the board of trustees.
Yeah, that's the plan right now.
Okay, so how does Elmhurst benefit our community? How does the school benefit our community? Help me with that.
Well, in a couple of ways. The most obvious is we have a really large number of students that come from local high schools. So there's a direct interaction with the high schools that are in the Chicago area. Secondly, we have a very large proportion of first-generation college students. Mm-hmm. It's the first step for these families of someone to get a higher education. We have literally thousands of people every year who come to our programs, including public speakers, concerts, and the interaction between the students and the businesses in the area also is very positive, both for the students and the businesses.
So how could others become involved with Elmhurst College? For example, you mentioned speakers. You've got Portillo speaking this coming Sunday. Actually, they'll miss it because this airs a week after he's actually speaking. But tell us how others can get involved.
Well, obviously, to the extent that someone is willing to do some mentoring of students, that's fabulous. Mm-hmm. Students are always looking for real-world experience.
So if there's a person out there running a business and he's looking to mentor, or even just somebody that wants to mentor, doesn't have to run a business, how would they get connected to the school? Is that the Center for Professional Excellence?
Yes, exactly. The Center of Professional Excellence coordinates that, as well as internships. A lot of departments reach out to local businesses so that students can intern in those businesses, and often mentoring leads to internships.
Gotcha. Let's get back to the law firm a little bit. So what do you see the future 3 to 5 years from now? What's your vision for Momkus McCluskey 3 to 5 years from now?
Well, we're definitely focused on growth, and I think we're already in some discussions to bring on a number of governmental lawyers, maybe some additional divorce lawyers, and also some lawyers that are in the securities field. So if those deals work out, I think that we could easily see another 7 or 8 lawyers within the next year and a half.
So bottom line is, if you run a business and you have any business issues, which every business owner has, small or large, you're a good firm to check out, whether you're in the suburbs, in anywhere throughout the Chicagoland area or listening area. So that's about all the time we have, but I'd like to thank Ed Momkus, managing and founding partner of Momkus McCluskey, for being with us today. Thanks for being here, Ed.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank our listeners for tuning in. This has been the Playmaker Spotlight, and I'm your host, Dick Smith, the CEO Business Coach and award-winning chair for Vistage International. The website for Momkus McCluskey is www.momlaw.com. That's MOMLAW.com for more information. And if you want to hear more about me, you can either look me up on LinkedIn or send me an email at dick.smith@vistagechair.com. And now I'd offer you to stay tuned for more of the Get Down to Business radio show with its host, Shalom,
At this
Klein.
time of